I'm your host, Luke23. You're joining me for Frisk Me, Chapter 3. Luke crosses his arms over his chest and glares. No cameras. That's non-negotiable. Everything's negotiable, Moretti. Perhaps you should just ask your supervisor. By all means. He replies with an easy smile and a sweeping of his arm towards Brinker's office. May I show you the way? You and Mihail begin to make your way towards Brinker when Luke puts up a hand to stop you. He can't go in there. Sorry, Mihail. Wait here. I'm sure Captain Brinker will clear this up. He nods and you walk forward, stepping inside the captain's office. Brinker? He doesn't bother looking up from his paperwork. Reporter. I just wanted to make sure it was alright if I brought my cameraman into the precinct. Officer Moretti seems intent on strong-arming me and leaving him outside. Now why would we let your cameraman inside the precinct? Because we need footage for the story, he never leaves my side while I work, it's our right to be in there. We need footage for the story. You can get plenty of footage out there in the field. Besides, there's nothing in here but paperwork. It's still an important part of the job. Yeah, and one that's off limits to the public. Look, the NYPD has every intention of cooperating as best as we can. That being said, we simply cannot allow a camera inside a building where sensitive documents are piled high on every desk. It's legal liability. But even having you here is tricky. In fact, we've got a few forms you'll have to read and sign in the meantime. Officer Carey will escort you to the conference room where you can go through them. Right this way, miss. The few forms turns out to be a literal mound of paperwork. This is gonna take ages. You shoot Mihail a quick text to keep him updated on the situation before diving back in. It takes a couple hours, but finally you finish signing the last form before slinking back out into the main area. Looks like Luke and his partner are in the middle of a pretty intense conversation, and they haven't noticed me walking back quite yet. It's hard to make out exactly what they're saying, but you definitely hear Luke utter the word reporter. He's talking about me. What are you saying? I should clumsily interrupt them. I'm already going to be digging into their business enough as it is. Besides, Luke's already seems pretty hesitant to trust me. Might as well not push things by listening in. You wait a respectable amount of time, allowing the two to finish their conversation. As you approach, you make eye contact with Sawyer, whose grinning face says he has no intent of warning Luke of your approach. Please, just do whatever you need to keep her away from me. You lean in, giving Luke a light tap on the shoulder, nearly sending him out of his seat in surprise. It's gonna be hard to keep me away when I'm hell-bent on getting all up in your business. Thanks for the heads-up, partner. Sawyer only chuckles in response. Luke pivots around in his chair to look at you, his face directly in line with your hips. You know, I always heard the whole man in the uniform thing was supposed to be a turn-on. I guess it's more of an acquired taste. See, here I am having a similar revelation. I always thought you TV people were supposed to be likable. Guess that's subjective, too. Officer Lopez snickers behind the two of you. She's not exactly throwing herself at you, is she, Moretti? Your eyes land on Luke's partner. Maybe if the man himself isn't going to be forthcoming, I can still get information from his partner. You slide your way around Luke's desk until you're standing beside Lopez. Lopez, right? You're a colleague of Luke's. Give the woman a medal. What was it to give away, the uniform or the badge? You don't bother turning around, instead curling your right arm around to present Luke with a lone middle finger. That's right, I'm his partner. Any chance I could get your number? I've got lots of secrets about Luke. You know, embarrassing childhood stuff and all that. I'll say Well, how could I resist that? You slip Sawyer your number, watching Luke squirm in discomfort as you do so. That expression on his face, is that embarrassment or jealousy? However, the moment is soon interrupted by the booming voice of Officer Carey. Lopez, Moretti, 1050, over at Chelsea Pier. You're up. On it. Luke stands up so quickly his chair nearly tips backwards. Wait, a 1050? Lopez meets Luke's eyes. We taking her? Yes. Hell no. Mid-30s, white male. Witness reports range from hefty to huge. Last seen at Pier 31, although reports seem to be roaming. I ask again, what's a 1050? Disorderly conduct. Intoxicated? Undetermined. You hitch your bag over your shoulder, following the two cops as they make their way towards the door. I'm coming. You're staying. Luke, I am supposed to be shadowing you. Me staying here when you're not would not defeat the purpose of this whole thing. I need to do my job. And I need to do mine. Luke, we need to get a move on. She can wait in the car if the guy's out of hand. Luke opens his mouth to protest when Carey breaks in with one more detail. There are reports of ID. Already heading for the door, Luke and Sawyer share a devilish grin before turning back to you. Fine. The more the merrier. Maybe you'll get a taste of how unsexy this job can be. ID. It's where the person's naked, I believe. By the time you've arrived at the scene, one thing has become abundantly clear. There's a naked man running up and down Chelsea Pier. I'm trying to think what ID means. Something exposure? And damn it, okay, moving. Luke and Sawyer have instructed you to wait by the car while they talk to witnesses and try to find the suspect. Not sure what the big deal is. Not like I haven't seen a naked man before. Well, okay, it's been a while. Your eyes drift to Officer Moretti, hard at work, questioning an elderly woman in the distance. Seeing him at work like this, I feel indifferent. Any other job couldn't be all shootouts and car chases. A lot of it is just quite uneventful patrolling, and it's not like I'm hoping for something dangerous to happen, but it would definitely spice up the story. That being said, I'm sure this particular cop experience probably won't make the final cut. A flaccid penis on a disorderly drunk doesn't exactly scream prime-time television, and the story will be prime-time, I'm sure of it. Luke and Sawyer continue off down the long stretch of piers, almost completely out of sight. Great, and now I'm stuck here. Pull out your phone to pass the time and notice a missed call from your sister and some texts from Beth. All the texts from her related to the upcoming wedding, and as to be expected, you're about to text back when a drunken voice cuts clear through the thought process. Hello, pretty lady! With that, you turn around and find yourself face to face with Mr. Indecent Exposure. There we go. Acknowledging the naked mass of flesh before you, use every ounce of strength to keep your eyes level with his. This is definitely the guy we're looking for, and of course, Luke and Sawyer are nowhere to be in sight. But I know they won't leave this car for too long. They'll be back soon. I just need to keep this guy preoccupied for a little longer. I have to let him get away. Oh god, I can smell the booze on his breath from here. I'm gonna leave this one to the professionals. You ditch the cop car, putting as much distance between yourself and the naked drunkard as possible. God, I hate running in heels. Where are those guys? Why are you running in heels? Like that man can really run them. By the time you've tracked down Luke and Sawyer, the man is completely out of sight. Ava? I thought we told you to stay with the car. Well, you did, and then your ID case found me there. What? You saw him? The two rush back to the squad car, but by the time the three of you arrive, he's long gone. Damn it, so much for that. I'm gonna head back to the station, report what we saw, and see if there's any new witnesses that could help. Luke nods, and Sawyer makes his way towards the driver's seat. He smiles at you as he gets into the squad car. This is where you and I part ways, sweetheart. I got business to attend back at the station. But don't worry, we won't be apart for long, and you can call me anytime. I don't have your number, I gave you mine. I thought we weren't going to get rid of her, and not ask her out. I should speak quietly. You, do see me standing here, right? Yes, I see you. I've been seeing you. Don't think for a second that just because the NYPD decided to bend over for your network means I have to enjoy it. I have a serious job to do, and as far as I'm concerned, all you're doing is interfering with the job. Got it? You turn back to Sawyer instead of dignifying Luke with an answer. I'll take a cab back to the precinct. What do you say I take you to lunch and you can tell me all about your sweetheart superhero for partner here? Love to. You walk off, not even bothering to watch the squad car peel down the road. Oh, come on. I would have gotten in the car with him. It would have made him jealous. Looks like I'm going to have to do a lot of work to get to the bottom of this guy. Luke Moretti, the officer, may be the cover of the story, but Luke Moretti, the man, is the heart of it. I'll have to find out what makes him tick, what he loves, who he dates, for the sake of the story. Of course. Watch your back, Moretti. I'm about to get all up in your personal life. What was that? You spin around to find yourself toe-to-toe with a still very present Luke Moretti. You're still here. Did Sawyer just leave you behind? I told him to. Wow. So you left him to handle Mr. Indecent Exposure on his own. He can handle it. Why didn't you go with him? Figured you and I needed to have a little chat. Oh, we're having a moment. I'll say... You sure about that? You sure you want to power trip me this early in the game already? We're going to be spending a lot of time together. You might want to save your lectures for the important moments. Luke's about to respond when a female voice cuts through the moment. Excuse me, officer? She grins as she takes in the full sight of Luke Moretti in uniform. It is you. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Can I get a picture with you? Luke already looks uncomfortable at the proposition of taking another forced photo. For God's sake, can we get on with this? I should... Oh, Luke handle it. Actually, I think she and I need to, Oh, yeah, perfect. If she takes a picture, it'll be much easier. Great idea. She hands you the phone before planting herself next to Luke, a beaming smile across her face. Okay, not what he meant at all. Her eyes stay fixed on Luke's profile as he turns to the camera with a grimace. Okay, on 3. As you reach 3, the girl turns her head with a well-tipped hair flip. The result, a picture-perfect moment between a sad and stoic cop and an adorable groupie. I think you hand the phone back to the girl, but her attention remains on Luke. I would have deleted the picture on accident. Can I buy you a drink? I'm on duty. Oh, I know. I was thinking whenever you got off, or another day, if that would work better. Panic seems to flash through his eyes for just a second, but then something else follows close behind. An idea. Actually, I'm sort of seeing someone. He is. Oh, lucky lady. He wiggles closer to her. Or to she. But look, if it doesn't work out between you two, I can give you my... hear that, sweetie? At least someone thinks you're a lucky lady. He actually takes you a few seconds to realize he's talking to you. What did he just say? He reaches a hand out to pull you close, a warm shiver passing through you as your body's pressed against his. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. When I saw you guys standing there, I thought you were arguing. Am I really going to pretend to be his girlfriend? He looked pretty uncomfortable having this girl ogle him. I guess I could help him out of this one, I'll say. No, then 2 of us have never been closer. That's right. She smiles brightly at her. Trust me, I love this girl. I'm gonna smack you in a minute. The girl seems unconvinced. Luke looks towards you again, with deep eyes meeting your own. Why do we have to prove ourselves to a complete random stranger? He almost looks desperate, like he's asking for my help. My help. You've never been this close to him for so long. The heat between you two is particularly radiating. I know one way I could convince her. It's none of her concern. Back away. No, I'm not going that far. Best Luke can manage is a brief peck on the forehead, and misspelled brief, before you distance yourself entirely. You slide out of Luke's arms and smile at the girl, waiting in awkward silence until finally she walks away. What was that about? Just not interested in dating a groupie. I want someone who's chasing after the hero cop. Thanks for playing along, even though you didn't really commit to the character. Now come on, we should head out. You follow along behind him, making a few careful notes in your head. That was definitely unexpected, and I have to say it was really nice seeing a softer side of the hero cop more ready. I guess I was right after all. There's more to the guy than meets the eye. I just need to get past the surface and dig a little deeper. Time for me to grab a shovel, because I know the perfect way to dig deeper into Luke Moretti. Alright. Well, with that being said, I hope y'all did enjoy. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Head in the description below, links to social media, Discord, and a few links to support me and my content. So we've got chapters 4 and 5, also a little bit of Vampire Girl. Finally, we'll be caught up and doing Vampire Girl here 3. So, without further ado, thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.